Hello everyone! Welcome back to another Star Stable video, guys. It has been a minute. It's always been a minute, and I'm sorry about that. I've had a lot of life updates today, or in my life so far, so I kind of want to tell you all about that. Nothing like too serious, hopefully. If I try going on a rant or something, I'm sorry if you don't want to hear it. You could skip. But I will try if like I am going off on something and I'm editing in the future, I'll put timestamps at least. But anyway, guys, we the new Connemara's came out. If you cannot tell, this is Sunny, my stallion. I think he's so cute. I gave him the little mohawk with the bangs because that fitted him so well. But yeah, guys, the Connemara's are out. I did not make a video on it just because I haven't really gotten like very motivated to make update videos. I mostly am just gonna make, I think from now on, just videos I want to make. If I do one day make an update video, then it's more just like, hey, I want to make the video, not more like, oh, I have to make the video kind of thing. So that's kind of how my content is probably gonna work from now on. I'm sorry if you guys are like, hey, where's my Star Stable videos? I've been subscribed for all this time and you're not making anything. I know, I'm sorry. I've had a lot on my plate recently, so let's get, sorry, I have to, Steve's race, here we go. I have to turn off my filter every so often because I can't see. But let me tell you what has been happening, guys. It has been a roller coaster of emotions and just everything in between. I sadly, this is probably not TMI, but I did recently have to go through a breakup with my ex-boyfriend, just because he did some things I did not like. We will not go into detail. If you guys want a detailed video, I will maybe make one. I just will have to probably put a censor on it, meaning members or something that only certain people can see the video, just because I do not want people getting offended or getting, you know, very like you know, all these things that like normal YouTubers just don't post on everyday content. So if you guys want to hear about that, you guys can. Just let me know down in the comments. I probably won't go too deep, honestly. It's my personal life, so honestly I might post it. We'll see, guys. But that has been happening. I had to break up with my ex-boyfriend on certain things, mostly one thing in particular, but you guys can probably guess out of all the things that happen in a breakup what possibly could happen. So just keep in mind of that, what possibly could happen. I did get a new job, so that is a plus for me. I worked at McDonald's for about 4 years. If you guys have not been following my channel, I have been working at McDonald's for quite a bit now, and it's just, you know, I was getting really sick of it. The people there were very dramatic, meaning not like dramatic as a person, but causing a lot of drama in my workplace, and I did not like that. For a person that's worked there for so long, I was done. I just was like, hey, it was my first job. I need to move on. Like, there's no real reason to stay here anymore. If I'm here all the time, then I'm never gonna grow up, or I'm never gonna actually get a job that could financially stable me. So that's why I was like, okay. There was also another reason why I quit, that also went into my relationship, which really sucked, but I didn't want those people to keep telling me things about this person, or like me hearing things about this person while I'm at work. I might as well just move on, and they can say what they want to say about it, you know. So I don't want to be any part of that because I'm not part of it anymore. So that's really the real reason I quit, was just because my actual personal life was getting involved with my work life. It was just not a good mix. I actually got a job at PF Chang's. If you guys don't know, PF Chang's is like a high kind of a high price Chinese restaurant. They have really good food. I like, when I first went there with one of my boyfriends, I had their orange chicken and I did not like it. It was very citrusy for me. So I have not eaten there since. And when I applied for this job, I was like, "Oh god, I'm gonna have to eat that. Like, I'm gonna suffer through this so hard." But I have not taken a bite of that orange chicken ever since. Um, it was funny because I actually applied to Chick-fil-A before, and it just like the interview did not go well. I will tell you that. The interview was so stressful. I was thinking because it's a fast food chain, I was like, well, of course they're gonna ask what I have in experience and all that. And I literally get to the table when I'm talking to one of the hiring managers, and she's like, oh yeah, what's like your good timeline of you working there? And I was like, okay, well, I'm obviously worked in the other because I worked on in two different McDonald's in my whole workspace there. So it wasn't like I was stuck at one McDonald's. But sorry, I ate lunch, so I'm cleaning my teeth. But she was like, yeah, I was like, yeah, well, I worked at this one for about 3 years, and then this one up here for about 2 or 1, 1.5, whatever. And what I said on my resume was exactly that. I worked at this one for 3 years, this other one for 1.5 years, whatever. Then she has the audacity to say in my face, that doesn't line up. And I was like, okay, you think I'm lying that I just randomly have this job? You can call these people. Like, there's a reason why they ask you to put the contact info of the other places you've been employed. So they can actually call you and say, hey, or them, say, hey, did this person ever work with you? Yeah, they can lie, whatever, and say, no, she did not work with me. Then maybe we'll have a problem. But, it's like, okay. So she's asking me, that does not line up. Are you sure? And I'm like, looking stupid, of course, because I look like I'm lying about my application and that I'm just trying to get a job because I don't have, any experience and I just need the money. No, I actually, like I said, I worked at McDonald's for almost 4 to 5 years. So it's like, I actually knew what I was doing. And she's like, oh, okay. So we get done with the interview, and I think she's like, hates me at this point. Like, she's like, yeah, she's definitely lying about her jobs, blah, blah, blah. And we get done with the interview, and literally, she's like, okay, well, I'll call you. And if you didn't get a call, then we'll just go on the next person in line. I'm like, if somebody obviously says that, they're not going to hire you. I've learned from my past experiences hiring for jobs, if they actually tell you, hey, we'll call you, they'll never call you. They normally tell people that are actually going to work there, hey, well, come back Saturday, we'll get you an interview. Like, that's how you know you'll get hired there, because they like you. But when they say they'll call you, you definitely should be aware you might not get that job. Now, that might be right for other places, but, like, not for fast food. Fast food, honestly, they need people more than ever, But, of course, people aren't getting paid very much at fast food. What I'm getting paid at my new job at P.F. Chang's is a lot more than I got paid at my McDonald's job. I can tell you I'm getting paid $300 more than I get every month than I ever did for $600 more than what I was getting paid at McDonald's. So you can definitely bet my butt that I'm gonna work there for a long time. Now, I'm only getting paid that much because I do work full hours. I work every single day that they need me. At the moment, I'm not in classes, so I'm not going to spring semesters. So I'm, like, open to anything at the moment. So it's more of a thing that, like, I'm just open. So wherever they need me, whenever they need me, I'm good to work. All those things. So it's good that it keeps me busy, and it keeps me getting paid a amount that I'm happy with. Because for me, it feels like a big girl job because I've never actually worked at a restaurant. Like I said, I worked at fast food. So working in a restaurant for me was like a big achievement in my life, because restaurants don't want just anybody working there. They actually want people that have, literal, like, they know that you can be fast paced when it's busy. Like, you're very talkative, you're very communicative with other people, your coworkers. Because let me tell you, where I work at P.F. Chang's, you are talking to everybody 24/7. It's not just a thing where you're like, hey, yeah, I'm just not gonna talk to anybody. Like, it's more of a thing like, no matter what, you're gonna be talking over the headset, you're gonna be talking to people if they're right next to you, asking people questions. When I'll tell you about the interview. So I get on the I do the whole online interview thing, and I'm just like going through. I went through this workday thing. Like, it said, oh yeah, Sarah, because you have McDonald's experience, try applying to PF Chang. So I'm like, oh, sick. So I just go through this email that it sent me randomly, because if you apply to different jobs, it will send you random emails. But so I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Literally, I think I applied online. The next day I get a text from the actual manager saying, hey, this is so-and-so. Can you tell me, like, how long, like, what days you're able to work, and, like, what hours you're looking for, stuff like that. And so I text her all this stuff, and she also is asking, hey, can you tell me where you want to work specifically? And I said, oh, I'm good with whatever, hosting, or if you need me in kitchen, or not kitchen, I didn't say kitchen, but I said, if you need me as hospitality, which is more like curbside, DoorDash, and like also doing orders for actual people in the lobby. So like putting, food on trays and stuff, and calling out the number and stuff. So, she was like, okay, well, we mostly need people here. I'm like, yeah, that's good, whatever you need. So she's like, how about Friday? You come in for an interview at 3 o'clock or whatever, she said. I'm like, yeah, that's totally fine. So I go to the interview, and I'm talking to this manager. She was like, well, ask for this guy, and he'll start giving you the interview. I'm like, awesome, this is so cool. So I go in there, and I literally, let me make sure I'm still recording. Okay, I am. I'm just making sure. I'm just like, I'm talking so much. And so I sit down, and he's like, okay, well, do you want any water? Do you want soda? I'm like, no, I'll just do a water. Thank you, though. And so I'm sitting down there, and he's like, well, just fill this sheet out, and, it's the same thing. How many years, like, what are, like, your schedule-wise? Like, how open are you? And so he comes back, and he's like, okay, well, looking at your thing, it looks pretty good. Like, it looks like you can work mostly every single day, blah, blah, blah. We go over the basic stuff, and he's like, well, tell me about yourself. And I was like, yeah, well, I worked at McDonald's for like 3.5 to 4 years. I really, I told him, like, I love doing fast-paced stuff, because I tend to focus more when I'm on fast-paced, less than just, like, not doing anything at all. So when it's more fast-paced, I will focus more. It's a weird thing for me, but it's true. So he's like, okay, well, let me get the actual GM, and she can talk to you. I'm like, and this is the girl that texted me on the phone. I'm like, oh, I didn't know there was gonna be another manager to talk to me. So they need an actual, like, GM to actually, like, see if the person's actually, like, up to it, and not just, like, getting hired by any manager, right? So she's so sweet. She comes at me, she's like, hi, my name is so-and-so. And I'm like, hello. And, we have a great time. I feel a lot less stressed than I did with the Chick-fil-A. They're just really nice. They're just asking when I can work, if I can work right away, if I'm more like, I need a week or whatever. But she was like, okay, well, how about you start Friday? And I'm like, okay, sounds good. So I literally start that next Friday. And she's like, come in your uniform, all that. And I will tell you, my first day did not go as planned. I will tell you that, just because I haven't worked for like 2 months since I quit McDonald's. So, my body wasn't used to doing the fast pace right away, and I'm getting trained in all this. And I'm on like takeout and stuff, so it's not too hard, but they got me on Friday night. So you better know, what is this? Right move in, dodge the shockwaves. Okay. You better know that it was busy on takeout, and it's like September, November-ish. So I'm like literally like in the spot of the holiday, which was great. And so we're doing takeout. She's like, yeah, okay, blah, blah, blah. This is what you need to do. This is blah. And she's, you know, you guys, you have like, I think about a week or 2 weeks of training. So it's not like they put you in the ring and they're like, okay, good luck, whatever. So the first day I'm doing takeout and I get in like 3 o'clock, 3:45, whatever. And, I'm like doing this takeout. I'm putting it in the baskets, whatever. And I literally feel weird. Like my eyes are getting like my eyes feel droopy. I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on? I just don't feel good. I feel hot. And mind you, I didn't really eat anything that day. I sadly did start my period that day, so it was like, ugh, it sucked that so of course my heat level was gonna be a lot hotter with the stress of my period and all that. So I but I was like, okay, so I didn't really eat that day because I wasn't feeling good, and that was a bad idea. Don't do that. And I literally didn't drink any water, and I literally like I'm like telling my coworker that's training, I'm like, hey girl, I need to like give myself a minute. She's like, yeah, go do whatever you need. I literally am like leaning on this. If you've ever been in a kitchen in the back, like they have metal tables, so I'm like leaning my elbow on this metal table, thinking, okay, well, I'll just you know, like, give myself a minute and whatever. I literally put my head down and I can't see anything. Next thing I know, I'm on the floor with everybody around me, and I'm like, what the hell just happened? I full on fainted, and also I heard someone scream, we'll just say the shaking seizure. Yeah, I'll say that. Hopefully I don't get demonetized. But someone says that while I fall, and I hear it while I'm falling. So it's not like I was deaf to that. And I literally wake up and I'm like, what the heck happened? You know, I feel a lot better, but also, you know, I don't feel the best. I'm feeling hot. I'm dizzy. Um, so, I literally am like, everyone's like, are you okay? Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fine. And all this stuff. And, I literally asked them, I'm like, did someone say seizure? Like, did someone actually say that? And she's like, well, you looked like you were shaking when you fell down. I'm like, do not tell me that. Do not scream that word out in the kitchen for me. I care. I get you care about me, but also, like, I need you to not scream that unless you know I'm actually having one, because I was so scared. Like, I fainted because I had a tumor or something. That's how scared I was. I was like, do not scream that, please. It's not a word you should be screaming, especially in a restaurant, because that could turn out like horrible for everybody. But so that happens, and everyone's like, hey, do you wanna go outside? I'm like, yes, I need to go outside. So moon, star, sun, lightning, sorry. So lightning, sorry, I gotta turn off my stupid shaders for this. So I sit outside and they're like, are you okay? Like, can we grab you something? And I'm like, yeah, just, you know, just grab some water. And they give me water. They give me some, I didn't really want juice. I was really dehydrated. I didn't really want juice at that point. So they take me outside. I'm sitting on the bench outside the restaurant. And they're like, well, what do you think? What do you think? I'm like, I probably shouldn't work today. And they're like, no, we think that too. And I'm like, good, because I'm not gonna faint again. Like, I didn't want that to happen. So I drive myself home, because they were like, hey, do you want someone to pick you up? We can, you know, have someone pick you up, and we'll just leave your car here. We'll tell security that, you know, we left it here for a reason. I'm like, no, it's okay. I'll just drive myself home. So I take a minute, and I'm talking to this nice girl that she's the host that I first meet. And she was really sweet. She was like, oh, well, feel better. And they give me some fried rice and all that. And, yeah, that's how my first day at P.F. Chang's went, is that I literally fainted on my first day. And know what's funny is I worked the next, or like 2 days later or something. And, I come back and nobody's like calling me nicknames or anything, and I'm like, dang, this is a good place, because like it's not a place that like it's like bizarre for things to happen. It's more like, oh, okay, you know, like it happens, like it's not the end of the world, like we're not gonna make fun of you and stuff like that. So yeah, that is what happened in my life so far, guys. If you honestly want a video on the depth of my life at this moment, please let me know. I will make a video. I just don't know how to like, censor it for the younger audience or members or whatever, but thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you really liked this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up and subscribe. That will help me a lot from being off for so long. I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, guys, I'll see you hopefully soon. Bye, guys.